All right, we are live. Let's see if the internet is going to cooperate today. We are paid up, bills are paid. I don't think that was the issue last time, to be honest. So, hope you guys are doing good. This is a live stream. This is a subject based live stream. Today, I will be talking about coaching and what I've learned because somebody asked after last live stream, hey, can you make a live stream where you talk about what you've learned as a coach so far? And I'm like, after 3 weeks? Yes. It's been longer than 3 weeks, guys. I got certified at the beginning of the year. I got over 10 runners. So, anyway, it is Wednesday, July the 9th in the year of our Lord, 2025. Is this a safe space to talk about your running? So, anything that you ran today, I know sometimes we got the workouts on Tuesdays, sometimes on Wednesdays. Even if it's easy running, you could talk about it here. If you ran 6 easy miles at a 10:23 pace, I want to hear about it. How hot was it? Was it humid? 73 dew point? Incredible. You are a strong runner. Tell me about it. What were you running in? You want to tell me about your 880s? The wife doesn't want to hear about your 880s. Well, you could talk about the 880s. I'm not sure I want to hear about the 880s, but I do. We accept without comment all shoe talk here too. So it is rough out there. It's the summer. So today was the first day. I had 9 easy. I got the Primex strung to 900 miles. That's a whole nother tangent. The body adapted a long time ago to the heat and humidity, but I think right now it's really about the mind. My mind today was the first day my mind had kind of adapted and then given up, thrown up the white flag because we're approaching 1 month into summer. We've got a couple more months of it, so we should be settling into a lot of sweat, So, someone asked in the comments on Strava when I put that I had 900 miles in the shoe. They're like, "Well, which one is this?" And like which Primex? And I've never run the original Primex. I ordered when it was on sale, and I got a 9 and it was too long, and I sent it back for the 8.5, but it was already out of stock, so I never ran in it. The Primex Strung, I ordered 2 and I sent one back, the one that I got now, because I learned my lesson. And then the Primex Strung 2, I didn't ever run in because I saw some reviews that said it was like a 3-layer cake, and there were so many plates in there. It's like I don't know. It was a halftime shows where you got the person on the unicycle and they're throwing all the plates up. Right, it's got more plates than an NBA halftime show the performer, and I didn't feel like being a short king and all of my 150 pounds, or I don't know what, 66, 67 kilos, that I wasn't going to be able to put enough force down to get through to the other side on the Primex Strung 2. And so I heard 3 is like 2, but improved. So I probably won't run on the Primex Strung 2 or 3. And then I got on the Subwell app and I saw that there was one in my size for $90. I was like, oh, tempting, but no, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I do not have that power. Will, I am not. Okay, let's see who is joining us in the chat today. Starting off with my man Frank. He says, why on this channel and not on the OnlyFans of Running One? I don't have the channel straight. Well, Frank, here's the deal. When I'm actively making a lot of content and then I do a live stream on this channel, it mutes the projection of the other ones for a while because I guess the YouTube algorithm wants to allow whatever I make most recently to have a shot to see if it takes off. So any momentum the other videos have, which are meant more for everybody, this is just meant for the few, the proud. For the later but not lives, you can listen to this later on your run. Hopefully that's the idea. And for those of you who can join during the day, that's awesome. But when I'm not making a lot of content, I haven't made a video in a few weeks. This Friday, I'm doing my entire Nike shoe rotation, Sagasu Special. It's not what it's called, but I've been running a lot of Nikes lately. So it's basically like 6 shoe reviews rolled into one, or maybe like 5, one 15-minute video, because I plan on doing that for like Adidas and Mizuno and other shoe brands. I don't have time, but when I make less videos, then I need to keep the channel alive. And in my experience shooting or making content on YouTube, if I take a week off and then I release a video, sometimes subscribers will reach out and they'll say, "Hey, Andrew, I just want to let you know your video didn't pop up on my feed today," which is really weird because it pops up every Friday because you always release on Friday. And I'm not even subscribed to your channel. I just, it just pops up. I'm just kidding. I think they are subscribed, but they had to search it, right? So the algorithm has a shorter term memory than I do. It's a little ADHD problem. And so to not be forgotten, I put the live stream on this one because the main channel. When I put it on the other channel, it's a smaller channel, SMOL, small, and therefore it does not go out to as many people on their feed because people aren't subscribed. So like right now we have 15 people in here. So it might be like 3 or 4 if it was on the other channel. So I'm just kind of rolling it in right now. So, but on that note, Frank says he hit 1 million feet of lifetime vert on Strava today. That is so impressive. My brain can't wrap around all of that, what that would look like, how much climbing that actually is. So, all right. So let's see. Matt Byers in here. We're like this Friday for the Nike talk. You could blame Matt Byer a little bit. Him and Sagasu. Matt Byer, he works. I'm not sure he gets paid or commissioned by Nike or Sagasu, but he's on the Nike train. He talked me into the Rival Fly 4. And then I think also the Peg Plus, which I do not regret. So I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you. He says, we're live. Looking forward to the training talk. Andrew chose in here 6 by 1K yesterday and easy 9 miles today. Andrew, Miles with Drew. That's the IG. I like what you've been doing for the grit with the stories and flinging the shoes after the run. I saw that 6 by a K that you did, and I was like, in the summer, he's doing K repeats in the summer. That's a bad man right there. Matt Byers in here, and this is how safe this space is. You don't even have to run. You tell me about a rest day, it's all good. He said, Matt Byers says, no run today. Ran 7.25 yesterday in the Peg 41, mixing in 4 by 400 hills and 6 by 200 at half marathon goal pace. You got a rest day. It's good. The adaptations are soaking in. I can feel it. Philip Watts says, running easy miles now in 90-degree heat in the Glycerin Max. Starting to cool down with storms developing. Yeah, we had quite an eventful storm here this last week, which made the national news. And so my in-laws were actually out at the river, and the sirens came on, and they were packing up because they were getting ready to leave anyway, and so they got out in time, but they left their camper and then had to go back. But pretty wild. This is kind of what we do down here. The coast. I might be going to the coast in a few weeks. It's like a 2.5 to 3 hour drive, but we have Canyon Lake. We have the lake. The lake's been too low on the water. A lot of people going to the river. So like my kids went to the river a few weeks ago. They were supposed to go this weekend or this last weekend with my in-laws, and they didn't. But May Rosenthal says, can we talk about treadmill runs? There has never been a safer space. What setting were you at? I want to know the incline of your treadmill. Is it calibrated? how much treadmill running it's this summer. For some people, that's all they got is the treadmill. So, the Captain Chaz is in here. 11 easy paced summer grit miles in the Glizzy Max. Glizzy Max is going around. The Captain Chaz. Chaz, man, I really have been enjoying all of your content that you're making lately with the Insta 360 and all the races. The thing is, I'm listening to it on my drive or on a run, and I can't stop and comment anytime that I want to comment because I don't want to die in a wreck. I mean, that's understandable. But and then I get where I'm going and I don't want to go back and throw you some love for the algorithm in the comments. So I owe you a couple of comments on there. But yes, the Glizzy Max, I have 274 miles and I just want to run in it every single day. And I haven't run in it in weeks because I'm going through shoes. I'm getting I've been running all these Nike shoes. And then the Neo Vista V2 is my Glizzy replacement currently. I think I've got around 50 miles. I want to get that to 100. I'm about to run in some more Mizuno shoes. That might be the next thing, but the Glizzy Max is just so good. It's the best. Jen Piazza's in here. Jen Piazza. Ho bevuto una birra. We just got to talk a little Italian. Sorry, that was a bit loud. There's a guy at work, Jerry. He always goes, "Oh, oh." I just love it because he's from Wyoming. So like, why? Why? Oh, I worked with this guy, John, for a long time ago. He used to do that, Einstein's bagels and his for knowledge. That's the kind of, so that's where it stemmed from, you know. Hey, you want a theory of everything bagel? Like we're in San Antonio. We're not even close to Jersey. So, oh, but like if I went to New Jersey, it's like what I'd want to hear. Just like if I go to England, I want to hear the accents. Australia, and it's like you come to Texas and you want to hear, howdy y'all. Maybe y'all don't want to hear it, but when I hear actors and actresses tackling an accent, I don't know why I get so judgy. I remember October Sky, the main actress from Jurassic Park. I don't know her name. I don't know if anyone knows her name. Laura Dern. That's it. I'm a liar. I know her name. She did this Texas accent, and it was so terrible. Howdy, y'all. And I get so much shit for talking, like for just calling out DiCaprio in the early 2000s. I just said he was a little overrated. I think he's a really good actor. I do. And I put it in one of the video. I don't know how it made up in one of the shoe videos. It made it into one of the shoe videos. And I just said the facts. He has every movie he works on. He's got an A-list director that he's working with. And he has $100+ million budget, $100 million budget for this like timepiece movie he's working on. And he hides behind an accent. And everyone's like, oh, he's so good. And I think when he got away from the accents, started to improve. This was like Gangs of New York, Catch Me If You Can, Blood Diamond. In that era, they just started nominating him for everything. And I was like, but I mean, okay. I mean, all right. I mean, he's good. He's good. He's good. And people are like, oh, you hate DiCaprio. I'm like, no, I don't hate him. He's good. I don't know if he's like best actor. But maybe Daniel Day-Lewis is the other guy in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, but I get it. But anyway, just the guy with it, just the Jagati, just guy on the internet. Okay, I got opinions, got thoughts. Philip Watts bought the Holbrooks Hyperion line this week. I need that kind of money, bro. Hype 3 for cruising. Hyperion 3 for cruising. Max 3 for super training. Marathon pace. The Elite for long distance races. Have the Max 2 for track intervals and short races. Awesome. I'm interested in the Hyperion 2 because I heard that was like the Hyperion Max 1. I heard the Hyperion Max 3 went on full super trainer, so, like, the Mag Max category of shoe, and my issue with shoes like that is they're so bulky and then they're kinda heavy, so I end up doing steezy miles in them, like zone 3 bangers, and then I can't do marathon pace in them, and then, like, after the 3rd interval, I'm like, "Okay, kinda heavy," but, I mean, the legs are protected, so not true of the Super Blast 2, that one's lighter, so I don't feel that one as much. I've done 20-mile long runs in that shoe. I really, really enjoy the Mag Max, but I just don't reach for it frequently in the same way I don't reach for the Evo SL. Tony Brinkman is in here. Good afternoon, Andrew. Are you looking at getting the Rocket X3 since you liked the X2? Tony, it's a great question. I got the Rocket X2 for $60. I would love to get the Rocket X3. I'd go as high as 75. I like that shoe a lot. But it's a great training, like, super shoe. I would love that shoe actually if it was in that $200 range rather than the 250 range. It does feel like after running in the Hoka Mach X2 that the Hoka Mach X2 is a max stack Rocket X2. And I like the bounce that Hoka has. Like, Hoka went a little soft with the Cielo X1 2.0. Soft is trending. It's in 2025. Everyone's going softer. But I like the bounce. The thing is it's got the weight of the shoe. And I think of having tiny little anchors on the bottom of my feet. As I bounce, I get the energy return and the bounce back, which makes those faster pace runs, threshold runs. I think it's like over the summer, I ran a 6-mile threshold, like tempo, and it was the third fastest 10K, and it was in the Rocket X2. It's good. But what I notice is that my knees or like my legs are a little achy because it's heavier and I know it's like more like the tendons and the joints. It's not necessarily the muscles, just having that weight sling around of the shoe sounds silly because it's like how much heavier is it than say like, well, the Streak Fly is much lighter, but a shoe that's just sock like glove like whatever cliche you want to use under your foot has less on it. So I'll wait till the Rocket X3 goes on sale. I'm gonna be more of a Cielo X1 2.0 girly than a Rocket X3 girly, if we're gonna be honest. I'm looking to see if that one comes out. I tried the Cielo X1 2.0 and a shakeout run in Boston in a US size 9, which is my standard size, and I thought it was fantastic. I tried a 9.5 on the Sepwell app because it was a good deal. It's a little too long. It changes the ride, and therefore I ended up selling it or trading it for an Audios Pro 3. And I'm not itching to run in the Audios Pro or Pro 4, sorry. I'm not reaching for the Pro 4. I don't know if I haven't decided if I'm going to sell it yet, but I think I might. Matt Beyer would like to clarify that he does not work for Nike, though he is adding the Vaporfly 4 to his rotation of the Peg 41, Rivalfly 4, Peg Plus, and Vaporfly 3. So he just likes running in Nike shoes, but to be clear, does not work for Nike. Kenneth Gallagher. Kenny is in here. He says, Texas training in the summer in SA and New Braunfels. Yeah, so New Braunfels is like the hat to San Antonio. There's 3 little towns in between San Antonio and Austin, just about an hour apart. New Braunfels is the closest one. It's where the river is. It's where the lakes are. It's New Braunfels. It's where all the action is. But equally as insufferable. So Kenny's with me in the heat and humidity the sauna running. By the way, guys, we'll get to it when we talk about the coaching stuff, but I found a channel a channel found me, I guess, the algorithm. Now I already forgot her name. Juliana Hughes. She's got like 300 subscribers or something. She's a Florida runner, step 3 type of runner. But I think she mentioned like in the summer in Florida, the dew point's a little more, it's a little higher. Her average pace is 7:15, 7:20 or something on her marathon pace efforts, at least last year. And then she went and ran Chicago and it's like 6:40. So when you're running in the summer, it's really important to run by effort rather than being attached to these paces you're trying to chase, because you'll just go up there. So, um, Andrew Cho says, what have you learned from coaching and what happened to Matt Fox? I feel like he's been out for quite a while. I didn't ask Matt we're in this like the Discord for the Sweat Elite Coaching Academy. And so when he went and ran Osaka and all the stuff came up, he was still coaching me. So I didn't bother asking us, what's going on, bro? I just told him, thanks for, because we were going to work together up until Boston. That was always the plan. And I told him if he ever found himself in the armpit of Texas to just give me a shout and we'll, take him to get some tacos or something. So Chaddo's in here. What's up, Chad? Chad's a beast. He's so fast. Rest day. Maybe hike on the treadmill some. That's good. Hikes on the treadmill are welcome here. All right. Let's talk about what I've learned. I had to write stuff down, guys, because I'll start talking about Squid Game season 3, and then it's like, did we even talk about running? It's like, no, we talked about redeeming values, and don't get me started because I'm watching that one with the middle child, and we just finished it, and then we talk about screenwriting because he's like, I want to write, because he's getting into reading, and he was reading like Project Hail Mary and some other books, and my wife caught him. I don't know if we talked about this last time. My wife caught him reading this book called Bride, and it's like werewolves, but also some stuff he should not be reading. Maybe, I mean, he's going to the 7th grade. I mean, maybe it's the exact kind of book he needs to be reading, but we're like, whoa, wait, hold on, hold off on that one. Anyway, and I said, well, when you find a story, hey, buddy, how you doing? Yes. Okay. He has Speak of the Devil. It is right there. Is you find something that you can't not write. You wake up and you're like, it's such a good idea. It's so funny, or it's so good. I'm going to go write on it. And then you write on it. But anyway, so what I wrote down in the half year. So my goal, I coach one-on-one coaching. My goal is to work with probably around 15 runners, and I'm about close to my cap. And so one of the things that I've learned from them, and then also just working with people, is there's a lot of potential for growth in the runners that I've worked with to be much faster than they are currently if they quit running marathons. But the irony is that they're coming to me to say like, hey, I've signed up for this marathon. I got a fall race and I want to improve, and this is my marathon. And I just ran this marathon before that, and the one before that was this. And so they have micro periodization built in, if you want to call it that. Might just be a little bit of rest, then a couple of weeks of getting back on their feet, and then right into the build. Like, instead of having dedicated months of like 2 months of just rip, And the irony is that I can't do anything about it. You come to me and you say, hey, I would like to optimize my training. It's like, okay, we got 16 weeks, we got 15 weeks. That's plenty of time. We can make some impact. But afterwards, what I'd like to see, spike it up, let it rip. A little bit dramatic. I give my spikes away to Titus, the guy at the track that I raced the other week. I went and gave him my shoes. Anyway, tangent. Number 2, I love effort-based training, but for a lot of runners, it's so foreign that it's not applicable yet. It's like they need pace as more of a guide to kind of let them know where the ballpark is because RPE isn't science. Like it's like it's what you think. RPE 8, 8 out of 10, comfortably hard, 9 out of 10. What does all of that mean, right? So I think, but then if I sprinkle a little bit of pace in, like I know where their fitness is, and they say, so you might expect to see this or that. It's complicated because it's the summer, but then I don't want them to attach and like I gotta hit these paces every time. It's like right now we just need a hard effort for a minute. I mean, you don't need to stare at your watch for the entire minute or to look at it, right? Just hard. 9 out of 10, hard, right? Like comfortably hard. So I spend time really talking about what each one, is or could feel like comfortably hard. There's a comfortable element. And if you lose the comfort, and your breathing becomes a little bit labored, where you're doing like one in or two out, two in, one out, and you're just struggling to catch your breath. You've crossed that threshold, right? And it's important to check in to kind of see where that is. At the same time, it's not comfortable the entire 20 minutes.